Knowing who you teach is one of the qualities you must have as a teacher. But do you really know the learning styles of your students? Have you ever wondered how we can know the learning style of a person? Watch this video to the end and thank me later. I will help you with this insight through one of the most effective learning style revealing techniques. There is a simple exercise you do and automatically you discover your learning style. Let's talk about that more deeply. Hello teacher, welcome back to Teach Different. Knowing your students' learning styles is very important. I will elaborate on the importance of knowing your students' learning styles later in this video, but for now you have to bear in mind that knowing the learning styles of your students enables you as their teacher to be more effective and efficient in the classroom. Make sure you have a notebook and be ready to take the test. The test you are going to take will help you discover your students' learning styles as well as your own. I suggest that you first make sure you know your own learning style. So, do the exercise I'm about to provide before giving it to your students. There are 30 simple questions. Please answer them all for an optimal result. It's magical, and as you will see, it's easy and very exciting. You just have to respond to the following questions by indicating what you do most often. Your answers will help you understand the way you learn best. Please know that you will have to write down your answers. So grab a pen, open a notebook, and let's go. In each of the following 30 cases, choose only one letter that applies best, A, B, or C. No way, I don't have to plan it. I can go change my fate, you won't understand it all alone. 1. I entertain myself. A. I watch television, read a book, or do crossword puzzles. B. I listen to music or talk with a friend. C. I engage in arts or sports or play a game. Choose the letter that applies best. Only one letter, please. 2. I buy a new device and I want to use it. A. I read the instructions, look at diagrams, or watch a video explaining it. B. I talk to someone and listen to their explanations. C. I try the device immediately, several times, experimenting with different things. Choose the letter that applies best. Only one letter, please. 3. I memorize information. A. I create images in my head. B. I repeat the information aloud. C. I take notes. Choose the letter that applies best. Only one letter, please, don't forget. 4. I need to summarize a text. A. I write the summary or illustrate the text. B. I summarize the text aloud. C. I act out the text or use gestures with my hands. Choose the letter that applies best. Only one letter, please. 5. I need to find my way in a shopping center. A. I consult a diagram or a map. B. I ask someone for directions. C. I wander around to discover where I am. Choose the letter that applies best. 6. I choose my favorite activity. A. I do a puzzle. B. I identify songs from my CD collection. C. I play a role-playing game. Please only choose the letter that applies best. 7. I enroll in a leisure course. A. I choose a visual arts class. B. I choose a music class. C. I choose a karate class. Please only choose the letter that applies best. 8. I meet people. A. I remember faces but easily forget names. B. I remember names and conversations but forget faces. C. I remember the activities I did with the person. Please only choose the letter that applies best. 9. The trainer speaks. A. I take notes and create diagrams. B. I listen attentively, take few notes, and look for opportunities to speak. C. I take a lot of notes and move around a lot. Please only choose the letter that applies best. A, B, or C. Only one letter. 10. I describe myself. A. I am quiet and do not talk much. B. I listen attentively, but I like talking. C. I make a lot of gestures while talking and do not listen well. Please only choose the letter that applies best. 11. I wait at the doctor's office. A. I read the magazines available on the table. B. I chat with the people around me. C. I get up often to distract myself. Choose the letter that applies best. A, B, or C. Only one letter, please. 12. I give directions to find an address. A. I show the way using a diagram. B. I explain by giving details. C. I use gestures to show how to get there. Choose the letter that applies best. 13. I note an address but do not have a pen or pencil. A. I visualize the address in my head like an image. B. I repeat the address aloud several times. C. I write the address on my arm with my finger. Choose the letter that applies best. Only one letter. A, B, or C. 14. I dress myself. I put on clothes. A. My outfit is clean and very neat. B. My outfit is not necessarily neat because I do not pay much attention to it. C. My outfit is clean, but my clothes wrinkle quickly due to physical activities. 15. I write. A. My handwriting is neat and I make few spelling mistakes. B. My handwriting is poor and I make some spelling mistakes. C. My handwriting is poor and I make many spelling mistakes. Choose your answer. Choose only one letter, please. 16. I do not listen during an activity. A. It is because I am doodling with a pencil or pen. B. It is because I talk too much with others. C. It is because I play with all sorts of objects like pencils. Choose your answer. 17. I guess that my friend is angry. A. I see the expression on their face. B. I hear it in their voice. C. I notice their gestures. Choose your answer. 18. I receive good news. A. I do not show my joy but smile a lot. B. I shout with joy. C. I wave my arms in the air and show my joy physically. Choose your answer. One letter, please. 19. I sit down at a restaurant. A. I notice the decor. B. I notice the loud music. C. I notice whether it is hot or cold. What is your answer? A or B or C? One letter, please. 20. I participate in a workshop. A. I prefer diagrams and images. B. I prefer discussions. C. I prefer activities. What is your answer? 21. I explain something to someone. I say, A. Do you see what I mean? B. Do you hear what I'm saying? C. Do you feel what I'm saying? What is the answer that best applies in your case? 22. I choose to talk to a friend. A. I prefer speaking to them face to face. B. I prefer calling them on the phone. C. I prefer speaking to them while doing an activity together. What is your answer, please? One letter. 23. I think about a past experience. A. I have a clear image in my head. B. I hear the sounds associated with that experience. C. I feel a strong emotion or feeling. What is your letter, please? One letter. 24. I study. A. I study alone in a quiet place. B. I exchange with other people. C. I listen to music while studying. Which letter best fits your case? Please choose one letter. 25. I choose a career in the arts. A. I am a designer or painter. B. I am a musician or disc jockey, DJ. C. I am a sculptor. What is your answer? Choose one letter, please. 26. I pay attention to my environment. A. I observe the objects and movements around me. B. I listen to the sounds around me. C. I feel things like cold, tiredness, etc. Choose one letter. 27. I attend a presentation. A. I see the topic in my head. I gradually absorb what is being said. B. I listen attentively. I look for opportunities to speak. C. I move a lot. I cannot stay seated for a long time. Choose one letter between A, B, C. 28. I learn something new. A. I need to see words written. I see the words in my head. B. I need to hear the words. C. I need to write the words. I associate them with gestures. Choose only one letter, please. 29. I am assessed. A. I prefer a test with diagrams and graphs. B. I prefer an oral test. C. I prefer multiple choices, short answer, or fill in the blanks test. Choose the letter that applies best in your case. 30. And last, I think about a movie. A. I remember the images and colors in detail. B. I remember the dialogue, the music, and the sounds. C. I remember what I felt during certain scenes. Choose one letter, please. Congratulations for taking the test successfully. If for some reason you could not take the test, don't worry. I put the exercise in the description below. Go down there and download it for free and take the test at your own pace. But that is not all. Now be ready to hear what I'm about to tell you. A person's learning style represents the method by which they learn best. A learning style is often dominant, but a person may also exhibit a combination of other styles depending on the situation. It is important to highlight to learners that the answers provided to the questions give a snapshot of the situation on that specific day. What matters most is that they can develop strategies to work on the less dominant styles. Now let us look at the results. Once the quiz is completed, the test taker counts and indicates the total number of answers obtained for each choice. Concretely, that means you count the number of the letters that you have chosen. How many times you get every letter. A larger number of A responses indicates a strong tendency toward being a visual learner. A larger number of B responses indicates a strong tendency towards being an auditory learner. And a larger number of C responses indicates a strong tendency toward being a tactile or kinesthetic learner. What is your learning style? Drop your answer in the comment section and do not hesitate to express your concern or ask me any question about this technique. Now you may still want to learn more about learning styles. If that is the case, I got you covered. I'm giving you a brief description of some characteristics that may be associated with each style. How do we recognize a visual learner? A visual learner is generally organized, prefers order and precision. A visual learner is quiet and observant. A visual learner tends to be good at spelling. A visual learner learns using diagrams, maps, charts, and other visual aids. A visual learner has difficulty with verbal instructions, preferring to visualize a schematic or diagram. A visual learner is easily distracted by objects and movements in the surroundings. A visual learner draws diagrams, takes notes, or visualizes information to remember it. A visual learner excels in written tasks. A visual learner prefers to consult diagrams and manuals to solve problems more easily. Now, how do we recognize an auditory learner? How do you know that your learners are auditory? An auditory learner prefers to receive information verbally. An auditory learner enjoys discussing and exchanging information with others. An auditory learner hums or speaks aloud to remember information. An auditory learner enjoys music. An auditory learner prefers verbal reports or oral presentations. An auditory learner prefers verbal instructions over written ones. An auditory learner likes working in groups. An auditory learner has difficulty interpreting charts and diagrams at first glance. An auditory learner cannot remain silent for long periods. An auditory learner discusses with others to try to solve problems. And finally, how do you recognize a tactile or kinesthetic learner? A tactile or kinesthetic learner prefers discovering things through manipulation or experiences. A tactile or kinesthetic learner needs several breaks to stretch during long presentations. A tactile or kinesthetic learner enjoys physical activities such as dancing or sports. A tactile or kinesthetic learner likes listening to loud music while studying. A tactile or kinesthetic learner enjoys science labs and visual arts activities. A tactile or kinesthetic learner tends to associate events with actions and movements. A tactile or kinesthetic learner solves problems through trial and error. A tactile or kinesthetic learner gestures a lot while speaking. A tactile or kinesthetic learner moves around frequently. Why is it important to know your students' learning styles? Well, knowing the learning styles of your learners allows you to vary your teaching strategies to meet their needs and optimize their learning. Example activities that best fit the visual learners. Use diagrams, photos, charts, or visual elements to accompany formal presentations and answer questions. Provide written material to support activities. Allow note-taking during presentations. Suggest research projects. Encourage learners to use highlighters and flashcards. Include diagrams, charts, or other types of graphic organizers in assessment or presentations. Encourage learners to write down key points from a presentation. Encourage learners to make visual association with the material being studied. What kinds of activities you can conduct for auditory learners? Well, you can provide oral instructions to accompany written instructions. Allow learners to read aloud. Teach from well-known popular songs. Provide opportunities for group discussions and idea exchanges. Watch videos together. Provide headphones so learners can listen to recordings instead of reading them on paper. Encourage studying in small groups. Turn your classes into songs. Now here are suggested activities for tactile or kinesthetic learners. Plan several stretching breaks during long presentations. Include group discussions, debate, or role-playing activities. Frequently include tasks that require manipulation. Plan field trips. Schedule lab work. Provide objects to manipulate to better understand concepts. Allow movement during reading or other activities. Allow note-taking during presentations. Teach from digital tools. Use rhythmic patterns to facilitate concept assimilation. By varying your approach to respect learning styles, you will increase each person's engagement and success. Each learning style mentioned here represents only one of the many ways to learn. Differentiating teaching strategies is an essential asset in supporting learners. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like it and share it. See you. Bye-bye.